Alex, today is the day to sip and snack. A national holiday that will have you stopping to smell the rosé.
I love it. It's Wine and Cheese Day, and we're joined live by Dominick Dibartolomeo. He's the owner of the cheese store at Beverly Hills, my personal favorite, and he's here with some ways to pair wine and cheese. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
This is something where it's like, you know, a lot of people buy the cheese and the wine. They think, okay, it just goes together, but it's hard to know how to pair it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, right. And also too, like, let's be frank, there's no rules, but it's really what you like. So what we did was you just kind of chose like a bunch of different wines and cheeses and kind of like what's in season right now and sort of what we're liking. So should I start over here?
Yeah, some bubbly.
Yeah,
I see the
so
bubbles right now.
we have bubbly. So we're serving right now. This is Laurent Perrier. This is the Blanc de Blanc, 100% Chardonnay. And what we've done is we've paired it with a triple creme, which is one of my favorite. It's mild, it's buttery, and basically it's a triple creme, which it actually has this one right over here,
okay.
And it has a very high amount of butter fat, which really lends the creaminess. It's almost like whipped butter. There's some pieces of bread over here, and you'll taste like the way the cheese is so creamy and the bubbles, like it kind of accentuates the bubbles, which is why we really enjoy having something that's sparkling to be paired with this.
Do you sip the wine first or do you eat the cheese first?
Try the cheese first. By the way, there's no rules, but you should definitely try the cheese first.
But there actually are, and you know them, and you're going to tell them tell us what they are.
Right, so mild, buttery, creamy on some really nice French baguette. And then, have like a little sip and you'll taste the bubbles go really well with the cheese.
Tastes like brie, kind of.
Yes, that's exactly right. And it is. It's a triple creme brie. It's from the region of Ile-de-France, and this particular cheese is actually from it's made by a very small producer, but you'll see like it has a high amount of butter fat, which works really well with the bubbles.
Sorry, I missed that.
What do you tell people who don't speak cheese, but they come in and they want to pair something fun? Look,
first and foremost, when you come in the store, you should absolutely be able to try. I mean, you can try 99% of the cheeses in the store, and I think that it's really hard to buy something without tasting, especially when it comes to food. So I think it's if you kind of give us a little bit of a direction of what you like, we can certainly hone in on something that you've probably never had before, along the same like flavor profiles of what you enjoy.
We take your word for it. Any recommendation? Okay, let's move on.
Yes, of course.
There's so much to get to.
Okay, so this is probably one of my favorite cheeses and one of the most rare cheeses that we carry at the store. This is fairly exclusive to us. This is the Parmigiano Reggiano Vacca Bianco. So this is made with the white Modenese cows from the Modena region of Italy.
I sanitized, don't worry.
You're such a good sharer.
And if you go to the Modena region, like Parmigiano Reggiano, like it's very much all over the place. It's where they make the cheese. And we paired it with a Lambrusco. And I particularly enjoy Lambrusco a lot. It's very much traditional when you go to Italy. Yeah, it's sharp, but it's a very different sharp, sweet flavor than what you're used to for regular Parmigiano.
Too sharp for you?
It's a little sharp.
Cut it with a little.
Yeah, you cut it with
rosé.
a little Lambrusco. So this is Lambrusco. This is one of the traditional grapes of Modena, and this is it's a sparkling Lambrusco. And this particular one is a little bit dry, but it's a little bit fruity. So anything that has that saltiness to it, it works very well.
I wouldn't have thought to pair these two together, but it totally works.
For sure.
Love it.
Thank you.
Okay, next, white wine?
Next wine. Okay, white wine. This is the Grillo. This is from a very small producer in Sicily. This is a very acidic, but also a little bit complex of a white wine. This to me is like summertime in a bottle. So we paired this with a delicious cheese that's exclusive to the cheese store at Beverly Hills called Bujaiolo. Bujaiolo is a pecorino that's actually aged in wild fennel seed and injected with wild fennel pollen. So you get a lot of different flavor characteristics, a lot of different profiles. But
Smells like fennel.
Do you pair it with bread, or is this something you do on your own?
So you can definitely have it with bread. I personally prefer bread over crackers, but either one will do. But this, as we said, is a pecorino, so that just means sheep's milk in Italian.
And this is the best pecorino I've ever had. Okay,
with
this one, right?
So yeah, this is this one. Here we go.
Okay, move on while we
let's go.
savor this.
All right, guys. So next up, we have a cheese called Abby di Tame. Nice, right? Works
Really nice.
Beautiful. Next, we have a cheese called Abby di Tame. This is what they call a Trappist cheese. This is made by monks. Anything that's Trappist is made by monks. This happens to be made by the Cistercian monks. It's all cow's milk. And this cheese can get a little bit funky, but what's really nice about it, it's wash rind. A little bit funky, yeah. So if you get a little bit of rind on there, it's funky, but and it's pretty much it's a little bit mild, but once you get the rind on it, it becomes a little stronger. And we paired that with the Shannon Chardonnay. So Shannon Chardonnay, Gavin Shannon is a winemaker. He started like very, very young making wine up in Santa Barbara. It's this one right over here. Yeah, you can just
do this without wearing the wine.
There we go. And this works so well because it's sort of a French cheese, but it's also a French style of Chardonnay, aged French oak. And you'll taste like the subtleties of Chardonnay, where sometimes it's a little bit buttery, but sometimes it's a little bit oaky. This sort of has a really nice balance, which is why I enjoy it.
We're going from Italy to France.
Italy to France. Absolutely.
Okay.
That was really good. Thank you very much for coming in. This is fascinating.
Thank you for having me.
Now, if you want more information on all of Dominick's tips and his pairing advice, check out our website, kcalnews.com. Click on Seen on TV for all of his expertise.